Your Honor, how are you?
All right, how are you doing?
All right, I love that picture. I don't know how long you've had it there, maybe forever, and I've never noticed it.
No, not forever.
Welcome back, guys. Today we're stepping away from the usual courtroom drama to bring you a heartfelt moment with Judge Boyd. She's chatting with Kelsey, a bright law student clerking in her court, about the thrills and terrors of law school, bar exams, and breaking into the legal world. From funny stories about a pricey picture frame to real talk about the challenges of criminal law, Judge Boyd drops wisdom that every aspiring lawyer needs to hear. But what advice does she give Kelsey to survive the legal green? Stick around to find out.
So who do you have with you today?
I'm sorry, I thought you had that for us. This is Kelsey.
Hi, Kelsey.
Hi, nice to meet you, Judge.
Kelsey is a law student, gonna enter our profession, Judge. She's clerking for us.
Yes, ma'am.
What's your last name, Jones?
Jones.
Sorry, that's how close I am.
See, you're close, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just used to Kelsey.
Yeah.
But anyway, she just, you know how you remember that exuberance when you were in law school and you got to go to the courthouse? You remember that?
I'm
Did you
trying
ever
to
have
think
that?
back to that.
It wasn't that long ago.
No, it was,
Judge.
yeah, I'm like thinking years. I will tell you, it was a terrifying experience though. Because even though when I started out, because I did the clinic at St. Mary's,
Mhm.
you had your bar card. But somebody else was signing their name to everything, but you were still the student attorney. So there was sort of a great safety net. Then after I first started practicing and I got my first case, it was sort of terrifying because you're not practicing on anybody anymore. You're signing your name and everything comes back to you. You're like
Yeah.
heart rush.
Oh, well, no wonder your first experience was traumatizing. That is so sound dramatic.
So what year you in?
I am going into my second year, Judge.
Oh, awesome. Once you get to the second year, it's
Yes,
it's
smooth
quick.
sailing.
oh yeah, and it moves very quickly.
Yes, Judge.
And then you're studying for the bar,
Yeah.
which do you know, I think I want to say in Louisiana, because COVID happened,
Mhm.
and anybody who graduated, they immediately
Became lawyers?
became lawyers.
Is that right?
But they told some people, hey, if you still want to take the bar, you can, right?
Yeah, I'm sure they were lining up for that.
Oh no, I think, the gunners, as we call them, I'm sure they're like, I want to be number one, let me take it. But some people were upset. They were saying the reason why it was done, because one of the people who made the decision, I think their niece or granddaughter or something was a part of that graduating class. And they're like, no, I wasn't even a part of the vote. So
Interesting.
for anybody who wanted to be an attorney in Louisiana at that time, that was one of the things. You're like, yay. And I'm sure the people were coming up behind them like, curse if I would have just
Oh,
been here a year
yes,
earlier.
exactly. That's just not right.
Oh, yeah. I honestly, I don't even think the bar exam is a good indication of how you would do as an attorney. It would be better if your first year in law school, you get the basics.
Mhm.
And then year 2 and 3, you practice under an attorney. The only problem with that, what attorney would you practice under, And they could have you practice under an attorney who does civil, practice on an attorney who does criminal or who does taxes or whatever. That will give you a better idea, I think, of what you want to do.
Yeah.
Because there are some people who started out 100% want to do criminal law. Then they did it for about 6 months. They're like, I hate this. And then they moved to civil. So
Like kind of like the way the MDs do rotations.
Mhm.
You figure out what's for you, what you hate. No, I agree. I wonder if they've ever studied the correlation between bar rate, success, or how well you do, and I bet there's no relation.
no.
None. It's all memorization.
Oh, yeah.
What does that teach?
Oh, it doesn't teach you
Sit
anything.
down for 8 hours a day and memorize.
Well, you know what someone told me, because studying for the bar, I got very sick. So I ended up with the flu. I ended up with a sinus infection and ear infection.
Oh, no.
And the part I missed, the practice part I missed was constitutional law. And I was just like, that'll be fine. There's not too much you can add to constitutional law for a fact pattern because it is what it is. And then criminal law, I wasn't concerned about because I love criminal law. And so we were studying. And I was sitting there putting drops in my ear, studying like this. And what calmed me down was a couple came in, and I want to say it was this is going to be their 5th time trying to pass the bar.
Oh, wow.
And I think
Oh my
after that time, if you don't pass it, you have to go back and repeat your first year.
Wow.
So I'm like, oh my gosh, I've said, I'm going to be praying that you guys,
Yeah.
pass it. And so then right after they came in, a guy came in and he's like, Stephanie, I'm like, yeah. He's like, you know what you need to pass the bar? I'm like, what? He's like, do you have a C in you? He's like, because basically you need a C on every day. He's like, it doesn't even have to be a high C. Do you have I'm like, I have a C in me. I'm good to go. And so thank God for that person. And then there was another person, because I didn't take oil and gas, because you have so many courses that you can take. And some people were taking oil and gas because a lot of people were in the oil field and they were just becoming an attorney for that. And so I was trying to study the oil and gas, just study some questions, because I hadn't taken oil and gas. I knew about property rights. And one of the people from my section, which was section C, he came in, he's like, Stephanie, let me explain oil and gas to you. So there was a racer board. He's like, this is a derrick. This is this, this is this. You can't get gas from here. You can't get the oil from here. And if you get oil from here, there's other repercussions. He gave me an oil and gas course in about 20 minutes.
Wow.
And there was an oil and gas question on the essay. And then I read it and I was just smiling, because exactly what he told me was that one question. And I will tell you, I wrote more about the oil and gas question, even than the criminal law question. I was just like, yay. And then when all else fails, because I didn't take commercial instruments either, but I was like, I knew about checks. I guess people don't write checks anymore, but I knew about checks. So I took that. And one of my professors, in the back of my mind, he said, really, the bar exam is, they don't want you to do anything unethical. They're testing that. I said, I 100%, I know the answer to this question about 80%. I said, and then let me throw in some ethical things so that people know I'm not going to do unethical things. So that's what you have to remember about the bar.
Thank
What they're
you.
looking for.
Yeah.
Thank you,
But
Judge.
I think they changed. I think they changed the way the test was, because I think the first day was
Yeah.
multi,
They've changed it all around.
and then the middle was essay, and then the third one was that civil procedure or something?
It's, state stuff, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And let me just tell you about the third day,
Mhm.
because I ended up selling Westlaw so that I could afford their bar prep, because I didn't have money.
Mhm.
I didn't even have books in law school,
Yeah.
but because I was on a budget. But they would teach you third day. They're like, Stephanie, you got to come to the third day, even if you don't have money for it. But at the third day, I think that cost $250. I'm like, I don't have $250 for that. So one of my friends, Betty Hill, she took the course and she's like, Stephanie, I got you. I'm going to go in there and I'll take notes for you. And I'm like, thank you, Betty.
That's great.
And sure enough,
Yes.
everything that was there, that is what was on the third day. Third day, it took everybody. If you studied, it took you like 30 minutes to complete it, but you completed it so quickly, you're just like, should I leave? This seems weird. And then you spend months waiting for your results.
Yeah.
That's the worst part. It's the waiting.
Oh, yeah, because I took the February bar.
Oh, wow.
And I had one more law class. Well, I was still in law school, but they allowed you to take it if you had so many credits.
Mhm.
So I took the February bar because I was like, if I don't pass, I can still take it in the summer. But I'm like, I want to pass, right? And it was so funny because you're waiting for your results. It's, to me, with the bubble questions, they should have been able to just shoot that in a machine and tell you what your seconds.
Right.
Yeah.
So you could have some idea. So it got to the point where you're waiting and waiting. And at first waiting is bad, but then you're like, maybe it's best that I not know. I can just.
Yeah.
And then everybody started calling me, because that was in the day where not everybody had a computer in their room and they were not really posting on the computer. So you had to go to the law library.
Yeah.
Oh,
And so people kept calling me, hey, you can have the results yet? You have the results yet? And I was like, you know what? stop calling me. And then somebody else called me, hey, do you have the results? I'm like, you know what? I'm in bed, I'm asleep, stop calling me. And they're like, well, we just wanted to say congratulations.
Oh,
That's
wow.
why I'm like, and
That's
by
awesome.
then it was 11 p.m. and I live in the dorms. So even people from different areas of the college, like the undergrads, the grad students, they heard about it. They were knocking on my door. So my entire dorm, we were all celebrating. And then all of us were like super poor law students.
Yeah.
So the people who hadn't taken the bar yet, they scraped money together and they took me and my friend Betty, who were I was studying with, because I was concerned, did Betty pass? And they took us out to eat and they got us flowers from HEB, the tulips.
Oh.
And we were just like, oh my gosh, this feels so great.
Best day of your life.
Best
Yeah,
day of
it's
your
like,
life.
oh my goodness.
That's
So,
great. We
If
get
you
good
can,
friends.
if you can take the bar in February, I would recommend doing it, because there is nothing like walking across the stage and the dean was like, congratulations on passing the bar. And you're just like, instead of, hey, I've graduated, yay, now I have to
Study.
take the bar.
Yeah.
So I always recommend people taking in February. And even if you don't pass, which I know you will, you'll get a chance to have an overview of it. And once you have that overview, you'll say to yourself, man, they should have just gave this at the beginning of law school. We'd be set.
Right.
But yeah, it's fun. But if ever you want to come in, sit in, come down. If you want any advice that I have,
I would
I'll
love
give
to.
it.
I would love to, Judge.
Okay, sure. Awesome. Well, come down anytime.
Thank
We're
you.
here Monday through Friday. We actually are going to be in jury trial today unless all these cases work out. So if you want to come and sit in on a trial, we do jury selection today.
Okay.
And then Wednesday, testimony will start.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. I'll
Sure.
definitely take you up on that sometime.
Okay, awesome. You should take a picture with
With Joey on the
with Joey.
Thank you, Judge.
He's constantly looking at me no matter where I move.
Yeah, can't get rid of him.
Let me tell you, his eyes follow me and Angelini's eyes follow me.
Oh, but Angelini looks like you're about to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, hey.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
You're welcome.
Judge Boyd is, before she was on the bench, we go back a long ways.
We go back long.
Very, very well respected lawyer. Very.
Oh,
she was
thank you.
Great.
think
For
so.
you. I ended up trying a case with Joey. I was sitting with Pat Hancock. I don't know if you remember that
Was
case.
this a murder?
Yes.
Was that? Oh,
One thing that Cornelius Cox told me when I was starting out,
Mhm.
he's like, Stephanie. I'm like, what, Cornelius? He said, you know, as a defense attorney, you should win every case. And I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, we should win all our cases. I'm like, give me the secret to that.
Yeah.
He's like, if we can write our own facts.
yeah.
And I was like, you're right, we can, Cornelius, we cannot write our own facts. So remember that. You can win every case if you could write your own facts, but you can't. Yeah. But this profession, it's great. And I will tell you, sometimes you're gonna have clients who are very angry with you. And you're gonna think, oh my gosh, why am I in this profession? Because really criminal law is very hard because you see sometimes the worst,
I'm used to that.
situations. But you probably will have a client who will not appreciate you. You'll have like 8 clients like that. And then you'll see the 9th client and the 9th client will appreciate you. And then you'll be like, I can go on.
It's all
Yes.
worth it. That's,
yeah.
that 9th one makes it worth it. You're absolutely right.
Oh, yeah. Because
And it's always the ones that you do the most for that complain the loudest.
oh, that is
That's
so
true. Yeah, I worked corrections and detention for 4 years,
Mhm.
did pretrial supervision for a year. I know that lesson, and it's always the
yeah.
ones that you put the most time in that are the most ungrateful, but you still got to do it, you know?
Well, I learned that when you do a lot of things for your clients
Yeah.
and it's free, they tend not to appreciate it.
Yeah.
Because there are some clients I would have, well, not really some, all of my clients, if I'm just coming in to get a reset,
Mhm.
I was like, they're like, oh, we'll pay you to come. I'm like, no, I'm just coming in, talking, getting you a reset, we're done. Some people appreciated that, some people did not.
That's interesting.
So guys, wasn't that a fun pick behind Judge Boyd's bench? Today, we saw her share laughs and wisdom with Kelsey, a law student stepping into the legal world. From bar exam horror stories to the grind of criminal law, Judge Boy showed us the hard and hustle it takes to make it as a lawyer. What did you think of her advice? Have you got your own law school or career stories to share? Drop them in the comments below, and if you love these real courtroom moments, hit that subscribe button to join our community for more.